I greet you in Jesus' precious name. I want to speak to you about being sensitive to one another. And you know, you've got to be sensitive. I've got to be sensitive to my horse here, Snowy. I've got to be gentle with him and love him. Okay? You must be sensitive to your loved ones. And especially when God blesses you. You know, humility is the mark of a great man or woman of God. And he's agreeing with me as well. Can you see that? But really, folks, we need to be sensitive to one another. When God blesses you, you have to give him all the glory and be careful that you don't make people envious or jealous. It's as simple as that. Now, I'm going to read a little story to you from the book of Genesis, chapter 37. And I'm going to read to you from verse 4. Okay? But when the brothers saw, this is the story of the 12 brothers, the sons of Jacob, of Israel. Remember, Jacob had a favorite son. His name was Joseph. And he made him a very special coat of many colors. Remember? But when his brothers saw that their father loved him more than all his brothers, they hated him and could not speak peaceably to him. Now Joseph had a dream, and he told it to his brothers, and they hated him even more. And so he said to them, "Please hear this dream which I have dreamed. There we were binding sheaves in the field, then behold, my sheaf arose and also stood upright, and indeed your sheaves stood all around and bowed down to my sheaf." And his brother said to him, "Shall you indeed reign over us? Or shall you indeed have dominion over us?" And so they hated him even more for his dreams and his words. Don't cause unnecessary jealousy and envy. Remember, Joseph wasn't the oldest, you see, and his older brothers couldn't handle it. Now, the dream was quite real. And as we know, the dream came to pass. His brothers did come and bow the knee to him when they didn't recognize him and he had become prime minister of Egypt. And they had to come and beg for food. But there's a way of doing things. I want to encourage you to be sensitive to one another. If God's given you a gift, let's just say an academic gift, and you do well at school or at university and you come first, be sensitive. Be gracious, especially in front of your siblings. If God's blessed you and given you a wonderful opportunity to preach the gospel, be humble about it. Don't brag about it, because if the truth was known, it wasn't anything to do with you, was it? No. It was God's graciousness to you. God chose Joseph. God revealed those dreams to Joseph. God loved Joseph, see? Just like the Bible says, God loved Abel and he hated Cain. It's a fact, it's in the Bible. But what you and I have got to do, we've got to be sensitive and we've got to encourage one another. So when a man comes and he says to you, "Tell us what you did," you need to be ask the Lord to show you, does he really want to know? Or is he just making conversation? Try and turn the conversation around maybe and say, "How's it with you?" See? How's it going with you? Because then you'll win a friend. But when you start bragging and you start shouting off your mouth, even if it's the truth, it doesn't sit well. Humility is one of the marks of a great man of God. They asked Martin Luther, what are the 3 greatest virtues of a man of God? He said, humility, humility, and humility. We need to be humble and give God all the glory, and then we won't cause people to be offended. Until next time, goodbye.